Peace and blessings, everybody. Chrysalis Sun here with BeTheVibe.com, and we are here for our last video for the Crystals of the Zodiac series. Yay! Definitely excited about wrapping up this series, and today we are talking about Pisces. So I know Pisces out there, you guys are excited because you guys are always the last of the Zodiac to be addressed, and I know a lot of you have been waiting very patiently for me to finish this video. So I'm very excited to get to you guys and get you this information about your crystals. So yes, super excited. So Pisces, you know, I have to say that I definitely enjoy you guys. You guys are one of my favorite zodiacs. Actually, you know, as a Leo, for me personally, Pisces are the water sign that I tend to get along with the best. You know, you guys are just so sweet. So one of the most nurturing aspects of the zodiac. And just, you know, I love you guys' creativity. Absolutely love like your intuition, like your, you know, that very strong psychic ability. Like, I definitely appreciate you guys. I appreciate your zodiac. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys today. So who's a Pisces? So Pisces are born between February 18th to March 20th. You are represented by a fish. So your symbol in the zodiac is a fish. You guys are water signs, water element signs. You are ruled by the planet Neptune, and you guys are mutable. Now, as far as traits, you guys have a lot of really great traits. You guys are compassionate, extremely nurturing, very tapped in, like very intuitive, very loyal, you know, very loyal friends, very passionate, very creative, very artistic. I know a lot of Pisces, even if you guys, you know, work in, you know, typical like 9-to-5 jobs, a lot of you guys are either painters on the side, photographers on the side, interior decorators, scrapbooking, sculpting, like just anything that has to do with the arts. Like, you guys are all about that. Now, what are your challenges? Pisces, you guys tend to have a lot of challenges, more so than a lot of the other zodiacs, because you guys are ruled by Neptune and you're a water sign. So you guys tend to kind of flow in the ocean a lot. You guys are swimmers, like, you know, metaphorically, symbolically, you guys are swimmers. So a lot of times you guys tend to not, you know, you tend to be disillusioned, you know, deceptive, a bit manipulative. You know, you guys sometimes are fearful, non-trusting, because you don't really, you're not really tapped into reality a lot. So a lot of times you guys aren't really clear on what's even real, you know. So there's a lot of fear around what it is that you see, because a lot of times you're not even sure that that's what you're seeing. Pisces hold a grudge. You guys hold a grudge. You know, even more so, I know Scorpios and Virgos are accused of being grudge holders, but nobody, in my experience, holds a grudge more than a Pisces. I have a Pisces aunt who still brings up me breaking one of her toys when we were like 7 years old. So you guys definitely hold a grudge. You know, you guys are very passive. Passive in a lot of ways, but then you guys can also be overly aggressive in other ways. So there's no balance between, you know, being passive and then the need to be aggressive. Pisces, you guys are pretty naive, and that has a lot to do with you guys kind of being disillusioned, or easily, and as much as you guys can manipulate others, you're just as easily manipulated by other people. So it kind of allows you to be kind of taken advantage of, naive, which actually filters over into your other challenging trait, which is, you know, you guys tend to play victim, or you have a martyr type of mindset sometimes. Pisces are very stubborn. You know, it's funny, again, people accuse some of the fixed fire signs or the earth signs as being stubborn, but in my experience, Pisces, you guys tend to be the more stubborn of the zodiac as well. You guys, it's actually funny. It's a weird balance, because as much as you guys are easily manipulated, you're just as equally stubborn. So it's just you know, set in your ways and just kind of, you know, immovable in some aspects, which actually kind of goes against your element of being a water sign, and that flow, you know, that swim nature of you guys of being the fish. Another really challenging aspect for you guys is you're prone to escapism, which means that you guys tend to be prone to addiction. So, you know, there's a lot of Pisces that I work with who tend to have, you know, alcohol addictions, drug addictions, sex addictions, hoarding, you know, shopping, you know, buying bulk, you know, lots of things and just hoarding stuff, food addictions. Like, so you guys are prone to that because of your need to kind of escape reality. you know. So there's a lot of balancing that needs to happen with you guys, and then especially just with your opposite, extreme opposites, in your nature. So what are my recommendations as far as crystals? So before I get into the list, which I actually have a pretty big list for you guys, because you guys kind of need some assistance with things. What I do recommend for Pisces is to stay away from two types of crystals. One, crystals that are water element, because you guys are already swimming in the ocean. You know, you guys are already swimming in the ocean. You guys really don't need anything that brings more water into your energy. So I kind of would recommend staying away from water crystals, except for a couple exceptions, which I'm going to talk about, you know, when I give you the list. The other thing that I would suggest is you guys either stay away from or be very cautious when using crystals that activate your third eye or your crown, because again, you guys represent intuition and psychic ability in the zodiac. Like, you guys are the psychics of the zodiac. So you guys don't really need any assistance when it comes to, you know, having your third eye and your crown open. You guys are super tapped in, super intuitive, super sensitive. So what I find when I work with Pisces is that when you guys do use crystals that, you know, tap into those 6 and 7 chakras, you guys tend to have side effects such as headaches. Your dreaming might get a little funny, some nightmares, you know, a little bit more anxious, you know, a lack of clarity, lack of focus. So they're just, you guys don't need to tap in. You're already tapped in. What you guys actually need assistance with is the grounding and bringing what you're downloading up here and bringing it into the physical realm and allowing it to connect you with your reality. Okay? So, the first crystal that I recommend for Pisces is Pyrite. You know, Pyrite is great, and I know I talk about it. I mentioned it as a recommendation for quite a few other zodiacs. But for Pisces, you know, Pyrite first of all, it's a protective crystal. Shields your aura, protects you from just too much outside stimulation. But it is a fire and an earth element crystal. So what it does is it takes you guys out of that passive energy, more into your like motivating and aggressive. Now, I know I mentioned earlier that, you know, sometimes Pisces, you guys tend to teeter between being too passive and too aggressive. And, you know, even though Pyrite, it is a masculine stone, you know, sun, you know, connected to the sun. And it does, you know, bring out that fire energy, that aggressive energy, that motivative energy. But because it's got the earth element in it as well, it's grounding. You know, so it'll give you enough of that kick without making you too far over the edge when it comes to your aggression. A lot of times I notice too with Pisces is that you guys tend to not have enough fire in your you don't have enough spark sometimes, you know, not enough oomph, I guess would be the word to use. The exception though is for Pisces who are on the Pisces Aries cusp. But even with that, I do notice that Pisces Aries cusp still tend to be a little bit more watery, and you actually guys have a special dichotomy because or challenge because you're trying to balance polar opposites, you know, with the fire and the water, and a lot of times the water overcomes the fire, and then you guys are just steam at that point, you know. So when you even with that cusp, if you have, you know, more fire energy that you're utilizing, you know, it'll balance that plus the grounding that you guys definitely need. Another really good crystal for you guys is Bloodstone. You know, so Bloodstone it's connected to your root chakra, and it's connected to the planet Mars. So it gives you that grounding, as well as it gives you that fire, that, you know, that oomph that I keep mentioning, and that motivation, you know, that gets you into, you know, being less passive and more proactive. Now, Bloodstone, what I appreciate about it is that it's actually a jasper with hematite inclusions in it. And so, you know, that's the hematite is the aspect of it that it connects you with your root chakra. And also, it's great for the feet. Now, I bring up the feet because Pisces, you guys are zodiac, you guys tend to have a lot of challenges with your feet. You know, sore feet, swelling feet. You know, you guys tend to stub your toes or have issues with your ankles. just all kinds of things going on with your feet. And so it's really important for you guys to take care of your feet, and it's important for you guys to have crystals that bring energy and help to heal aspects of your feet. Now, Bloodstone will increase your intuition. So remember when I talked earlier about your intuition, I spoke about, you know, staying away from crystals that, you know, increase your intuition. Bloodstone is that exception because it grounds. So it'll allow you to pull and connect with your intuition, but it'll put you in a place of grounding where you can actually incorporate it into your reality and recognize that it's a part of your reality. Another really good crystal for Pisces is blood calcite. So, you know, calcite is abundant, just as abundant as quartz. It comes in all different colors. And blood calcite is the one that looks, you know, it's red. It's blood red. It's definitely different from orange calcite, which is more in the orangey color. But it's like a deep, deep, deep red. And, you know, calcite is a healing crystal overall. So really with calcites, you know, it's one of those universal crystals that any zodiac could use. And really the colors will determine, you know, exactly what the properties are that you need them for. And a lot of times with calcites, you know, whatever the color corresponds to the chakra, you know, that'll let you know like what the calcite's good for. So with blood calcite, you know, definitely connects you again to your root chakra, balancing, grounding, healing, but in a very subtle way, you know, whereas with Bloodstone and Pyrite, you know, those are a little bit more forceful in their grounding nature and the grounding energy. Blood calcite is a little bit more gentle with the energy. So for those Pisces, if you guys get a Bloodstone or you get a Pyrite and you find that it may be a little bit too much for you, switch those out for blood calcite and it'll serve the same purpose, but it'll just be a lot more easy to integrate the vibration of the blood calcite. Another really good crystal for Pisces is Unakite. Now Unakite is a form of feldspar. It's got like that pretty like pink and green speckle kind of look to it. Unakite, I love it because it is a fire and a water element crystal, which is not very many of those that carry both of those properties. It also is connected to both Mars and Venus. So it's all about integration of the opposites, integration of, you know, the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, you know, and the polar opposites of the fire and the water. But what I really appreciate about Unakite is that it helps with the heart chakra. It allows you to release emotions and release energy. And again, remember I mentioned that Pisces, you guys hold grudges. You guys hold grudges like I said, like no other zodiac. And so a lot of times you guys end up having blocked heart chakras. A lot of times you can't move forward with certain things because you're holding all this hurt in the heart. And so the Unakite will definitely help to heal that, to release that. But it also is grounding, you know. So, you know, Unakite I definitely will recommend for those Pisces that need to do a lot of deep, like emotional and releasing work when it comes to just the areas of their heart chakra. Okay, so the last crystal that I recommend for Pisces is Carnelian. So Carnelian is a fire element crystal and it's directly connected to your sacral and your root chakra. It is definitely for, you know, creativity, sexual energy, you know, just kind of, you know, kind of getting you, again, motivated because, like I mentioned, Pisces, you guys have a lot of creativity. You know, you guys are very much in the arts, and sometimes you guys need assistance with, you know, bringing those visions to life. And so the Carnelian will allow you to do that. Like I said, it's connected to, it's a fire element crystal. It's connected to the planet Mars. It also is grounding. You know, it helps with your perception. You know, so like I said, you know, Pisces, you guys tend to be kind of, you know, like I said, in this world of illusion and deception. So the Carnelian will kind of bring clarity to, you know, anything that you're experiencing that may seem unclear or confusing, you know, or, you know, like I said, you know, when you get to a space of, you know, just questioning your reality, Carnelian will help to really just kind of, you know, bring, you know, complete awareness to what it is that you're seeing. Well, I don't want to say awareness, a complete clarity to what you're seeing. Carnelian also helps with depression. So, you know, I mentioned that, you know, Pisces, you guys tend to be prone to escapism. So, you know, and bouts of depression. So carnelian will definitely help lift your spirits, you know, lift your energy and assist with that. On a physical level, it's really good for the kidneys. So for those Pisces that drink a lot, you know, like I said, the escapism, the alcoholism, you know, the alcohol consumption, you know, the carnelian will definitely assist with that, as well as mineral absorption. So that is it. You know, I hope that you receive some benefit from this video. I definitely hope that you all receive benefit from this series. Again, this is the last video of the series. I'm very excited and very honored to have brought you this information. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me. I'm definitely approachable. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. My website, you know, is in the YouTube information. I'm definitely available. I just want to announce that, you know, my book is out. It's complete. And so, you know, it's available for purchase, you know, the complete guide to crystal medicine. You know, so I talk about all this information. I go much more in depth. So if you're interested in getting that, you know, definitely hit up my website. You know, you can order it on my website. And that's pretty much it. Last announcement is that I have launched a crystal certification course. You know, so a course in certifying people in crystal medicine. So that's something else that's also on my website as well. Other than that, I really enjoyed this series and presenting you this information. And you all have a blessed day. Peace.